Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea. Welcome to a best of 5 between in the top left as our orange Terran player. Playing for SpeCial Gaming, it is a SpeCial over here. And in the bottom right playing for the team that ain't solid, but liquid instead. It is MaNa, our Protoss player, who opens up with a 2-gas build order. What's the timing on that core? Looks normal to me. So no early game shenanigans, no 12 pylon or 13 gate, no 13 pylon, 14 gate. Just a... Well, actually, what is this going to be? Yep. This feels like a proxy Twilight, honestly. Can I just say it? This doesn't make sense as a proxy Stargate. It doesn't make sense as a proxy Robo. And thus it can only be a proxy Twilight. And it makes sense as a proxy Twilight. This has to be a proxy Twilight. If this ain't... Okay, proxy Stargate. Well, you live, you learn, I guess. I had not expected this at all. Reactor first coming out of SpeCial. It's opening up with a standard 1-gas expand into Factory. 6 Marine, probably into... Yeah, 6 Marine into 2 Hellion. Common opener. Sentry first. Proxy Stargate. Here we go. Should probably get an adept behind this as well. No, it's gonna cancel it. Instead go for the pylon and more probes. So this is a build that really kind of cuts into your own production as a Protoss player. This Stargate isn't proxy because I think he wants to build Phoenixes with this, actually. That is the reason why. It doesn't completely line up though. I think that adept really ruins a lot. No, it's an Oracle. I think he wants Phoenixes behind this though. I don't think it's just going to be pure Oracle. Like one Oracle to start and then Phoenixes might be the play. I don't entirely know, or I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it looks weird. It looks a little bit weird. It's going to be a hallucination coming in here just before the Oracle pops out as well. So it's going to blast any mines that are out on the map, which is just a really cute move in my opinion. Yeah, so you basically go in with the fake Oracle and then you come in with the real Oracle and you get this nice setup. But you know for sure there's no mines out. Is there a car out? No, there's not. So this was just straight Cyclone after a Reactor first opener. This is a non-real Oracle, which is going to spot the fact that there's a second barracks here. Pulling this away, and here we go. MaNa with the tricks. Takes out 1, takes out 2, takes out 3 workers. No response at all out of SpeCial here. 4 workers go down. This Cyclone does not get the lock on, and the Oracle survive. Well, not survives. Well, probably could have died actually if SpeCial hadn't moved away for no reason at all. Still, is this good or is this bad? I'm not entirely sure. I don't actually know what this is. It's a new type of build order. Reactor into Cyclone tank. 3rd barracks. Not that many Marines, but probably enough to actually deal some damage. There's double Oracle out currently. We only have 1 gateway producing units. Battery not done yet either. Stasis ward will get blasted before it ever gets up. No stasis here. No battery. This is pain. This is actual pain right now here for MaNa, who had an okay start. I mean, taking out the amount of workers that he did surely was going to be in his little dream book. You know, the book of goals that he has right next to his computer. But I don't think it also said, let me pull 20 workers and lose 7 of those against a Marine Cyclone push out. This build is actually succeeding right here. Charge on the way behind this, but this is game over. GG gets called. 5 minutes and 1 second, and SpeCial has game number 1 under his belt. Successful push out right there in that first game. So an interesting opener out of MaNa. This time around MaNa with a more, I guess, a standard approach. 130 on the cybernetic score. Are you joking? What in the world is this start? Did he fall asleep? This cybernetic score is supposed to go down at 1 minute and 24 seconds. It went down at 1 minute and 30 seconds. That is a 6-second delay for no reason whatsoever. And I don't see why this happened, except that perhaps the gateway or the probe was late. That is not a good reason though. This first adept is just going to be late. And that's ridiculous. That's not the way it's supposed to be. That's not the way we do things around here. Also means that Warp Gate is going to be delayed by 6 seconds. And if you're playing Blink build orders, that can really hurt you. We'll have to wait and see if that's what MaNa is going for as he opens up the battery in his natural. Scouted, of course, what his opponent was doing. Saw that it was a double depot wall, most likely a double gas opener. As a result of that, this is it's not a wall either, is it? Jesus, this is a terrible start. Yeah, here we go, jumps up. Oh no, this is a good start. This is a brilliant start. It was a trap. This is the trap of the century. What is this? This is the best trap since the mousetrap got invented. Which, by the way, mousetraps are really, really old. At some point I had a mouse in my house a couple of years ago. These things can terrorize your sleep, by the way. They gnaw at the walls at night. It is insane. It drives you nuts. What is this? SpeCial fell for the trap twice. He's literally dumber than a mouse. Oh no. What? So I did some research back then on mouse traps. And there was like traps that basically would activate a gun and shoot the mouse if it would, you know, hit a certain thing. It was like mechanically operated, not through a sensor. It's like a mouse trap from like I want to say early 1900s, late 1800s, something like this. Not very safe, obviously. If you have a cat or a baby roaming around, sure, more accident happened with that than just taking out mice. But also, I followed this mouse or this rat trap YouTuber who basically said that rats, whenever they see how one type of trap works, they usually don't fall for it again because they learn very quick. They see, someone got caught, or oh, I got caught. It's not gonna happen again. So if your traps don't work on the first or the second night, you need to change your traps because they probably figured out how they work and they're not gonna fall for it anymore. You know, they know that it's a bad aura to be close to that trap, so they're not gonna get there anymore. SpeCial didn't figure that out after the first Reaper went down for free. Also lost the second Reaper. So yeah, that's not brilliant. I'm not sure if mice are also as smart as rats are. I think mice are a little dumber, but I can't quite recall that. I just remember that mice really liked peanut butter, and the way that I ended up catching the mouse was actually with peanut butter in just a glass, like a drinking glass, and then we had the hand with a glove on top of it. So the mouse went in, and then boom, the hand covered it. Because the mouse was like, oh, peanut butter, that's delicious. Let me go in there. Then I released it in the wild. I bet that mouse did not survive in the wild. He was very small. I called him Mickey. Named after the mouse from Walt Disney. Whose original name, by the way, wasn't going to be Mickey, but actually, I think it was Mortimer. Rather than Mickey Mouse, it was Mortimer Mouse. It's a terrible name for a mouse. Mickey sounds way better. But that might also just be because, that's the first name you think of when you think of a mouse. Maybe if Disney had called him Mortimer, we'll be thinking that's a great name for a mouse, Mortimer. True story. You can ask Walt when we finally unfreeze him. Now, this is a similar build order here, but this time with 3 racks. So there's also going to be combat shield. This is a little bit more all-in. And we have a battery. We have a bunch of Phoenixes out as well. We have Stim done, combat shield on the way, but that Cyclone got blasted for free. This is nice control out of MaNa, by the way. MaNa is really good in these kind of chaotic situations, I often feel like, where the individual unit control can matter a lot. I really, really like watching MaNa play. I think it's fantastic to see. It's like he creates chaotic situations and then he's like, all right, I'm more experienced in this garbage than you are, and boom, blast you. Like, this is a fairly odd build order already. Really late Phoenix Colossus with insanely late Colossi. But I think he's actually holding for now. Guardian Shield gets used, using the Phoenixes. The positioning of these Phoenixes is great. Picking off reinforcements, is not hurrying into this position, just building batteries to the back. Phenomenal decision making here out of MaNa. Let's speak the truth. And also continues building workers during this. I love that. Charge lots, more gateway. So, he's not missing a beat. He's waiting for his super battery probably to come back online. Oh, no, here we go. Lift on that tank. Not a huge fan of this necessarily. I think the Phoenix is staying alive is kind of important. Immortal can, of course, take care of this. There comes the Immortal bursting down that bunker. 3 Phoenixes do end up dying, but this has been completely broken. Third CC, well, hasn't even started yet. Oh my god, SpeCial in a world of trouble. No, SpeCial not in a world of trouble. SpeCial is dead. It's down 10, 15 supplies, down a base. It's down 10 workers. His upgrades aren't great. This is an all-in, and the all-in didn't work. MaNa defended. Used the appropriate defensive tools here with the batteries in the back. Good Phoenix usage to pick off reinforcements. And there was no problem at all here for the Polish Protoss player. Showing once again that he's very capable of fighting with the best. Third CC is being built on location here, as 3 tanks are also over there. The 4th base already on the way for MaNa. 4th base the same time as his opponent's 3rd base. That is extremely rare. Especially given the fact that this was a Phoenix Colossi opener. Phoenix Colossi opener often have worse eco than the Terran. That's not the case here. This is way better eco than the Terran. So if I'm MaNa, I think I'm considering things like a Templar Archives, going up to 6 gases, 3 Colossi and then a Prism, and boom, A move across the map, win the game. That sounds pretty darn good to me. Barracks 4 and 5 get delayed a little bit more. More Phoenixes are in production. We have turrets being preemptively built. Like, SpeCial is afraid to die. Like, he doesn't want to live. He just doesn't want to die, you know? Too afraid to live because he's scared of dying. That's a bad state of mind to be in StarCraft 2. So Templar Archives is about to finish up. We have +2 already starting here. MaNa could be transitioning into carriers at this point, and pretty sure he's going to get the carriers out before SpeCial's 1-1 push would even hit. Hey, this game is really, really good for the Protoss. 78 workers to 55. Continuous worker production during all of this. Oh, here comes a Marine flank. Going to try and find these bad boys. That is 6 Phoenixes. But are in a little bit of trouble, perhaps. And this 4th base is up and running. No gases yet being taken extra. But the gate count is at 8. And the upgrades are moving into 2-1. SpeCial actually going for a +1 attack here. 5 tanks, Marine, Marauder, Ghost. This is going to be fantastic to watch if you're a Protoss enjoyer. If you're a Terran, then you might want to close your eyes and your ears to get cat videos or something else that relaxes you. Because this is not going to be a pretty fight at all. This is not going to be a pretty fight. First Archon on the way as well here. Here comes the lift on the Marauders. The moment the Marauders are out, it is, well, Colossi against Marines. That's not a very good fight for the Marines usually. Every single tank is going to get lifted as well. Bang, bang. You're dead, says MaNa here. As actually these tanks are going to drop once more. Get a couple of shots off. We need another Zealot warp in, perhaps, MaNa. Yeah, there we go. Comes in from the back, comes in from the left side. Phoenixes will get blasted here. EMPs do not quite connect. This was not the fight I was thinking of, but it's a fight that is still sufficiently good here for MaNa. I mean, he pushes this back, is up 18 workers, superior upgrades, no 4th base here for SpeCial. MaNa can take a 5th base behind this, go up to 8 gases if he wants to. Could throw down a 3rd forge, could build a fleet beacon, 3 more Stargates. And by the time the 4th base of SpeCial finishes up, the first 5 carriers with +3 attack are going to be out. So, yeah, I'm not so worried here for MaNa. MaNa instead says, you know what is even better, Kevin? I have 10 gateways. I'm going to warp in 2 Archons, 6 Zealots, and that one more warp in probably of 10 Zealots come from 3 different angles or 2 different angles and completely destroy you. I love this Prism move. Pretending that he has Storm in here. Or maybe not pretending. I don't know what that was then. I thought he was pretending to have Storm in there, and I like that. Because it might have actually lowered the damage output of his opponent trying to dodge potential storms. That would have been sick. It's actually a move I could do. Never thought of that. Yeah, this game is completely over. His 24 workers do get taken out. SpeCial might hold temporarily if he snipes this Prism, but yeah, it's really only temporarily, just like our short lives on this earth. GG gets called and MaNa ties up the series 1-1. Game number 3 here. Probe making its way across the map. You love to see that type of stuff. Just a solid early game scout here, MaNa. Some good decision making in that last game. I really did like that. And I think it's important. It's one of the most important things. It's just having good decision making and staying calm under that type of pressure. Ooh, double gate opener. All right, the wrong matchup here, MaNa. This is a PvP build. And he builds a 2nd pylon. Is this with a Zealot as well then? I think this is with a Zealot. Why else are we building the 2nd pylon? Yeah, I've never seen this before. Huh. That is so interesting, isn't it? That is just the most interesting little thing here. Okay, gets built out of position, but basically immediately. We have a Reaper on the way, no Scout. So Reaper, no wait, Marine into Reaper. Oh, I love this. I thought it was a Reaper first. I was like, well, that's a late Reaper. Started doing the counting in my head. Like, well, it's gonna be like 18 seconds too late. And then I look at the Marine and I see it's out. I was like, wait a second. I know why you're 18 seconds late. Is this a follow-up into a third pylon proxy? Is this going to be a robo? I think there's a robo proxy, actually. I'd be surprised if this is a Stargate. This makes a lot of sense for a robo. Can I just say that? This is hugely sensical. The opposite of nonsensical. If this is a Stargate, I'll be a little bit upset. Not a fan. Really needs to try and do some work here on this CC though. CC is gonna finish up in 11 seconds. Yeah, here comes the Adept, here comes the Adept. It's gonna finish up in 4, 3. Huh. Cancel! Wow. He knows he's never going down there, doesn't he? Needs a bunker up here. We'll need a CC as well immediately. Love this bunker. Love this bunker so much. But I wouldn't mind seeing another CC being added in as well. Maybe the focus here should actually be on defending. Hello, can we get a repair? Maybe, yes, no. I don't know. Cyclone still 22 seconds away from finishing. More and more Adept streaming in. This is game or what? Bunker needs to finish up here. SpeCial, continue building that. Repair this depot as well. This is so difficult to deal with. Oracle on the way. All of a sudden, I love the Oracle. I think it's a brilliant call. Because this Cyclone is going to be fairly occupied with these Adepts. This is a build order I've never seen before in my life. What is this? What in the world is this? Playing PvP build orders in PvT and it's working. That's pissing me off. Cyclone is starting to go to town here on these Adepts. This Cyclone's in a little bit of trouble. Oh, he's pulling it out. Look at this. He's like, hey, you want to chase my Adepts? Surely nothing bad's about to happen in your main base. Did that mule disappear or die? Oh, there's one more worker there. Ah, that one looked juicy, didn't it? There's 2 juicy ones over here. Oh, there's 3 juicy ones. Look at these. Bad boys with 1 HP. You can take them out still. Come back later. Go for it, mate. I know you can do it. I know you want to do it. This is a 1 base all-in, by the way, right now, out of SpeCial. I don't think this is what he signed up for initially. It's gonna be what? Combat shield, tank. Oh god, he's regretting this so much now. It's like, oh my god, if only I had FCV scouted this game, this would have been a free win. Why isn't he SCV scouting? MaNa is known to be a tricky player. Played something tricky in the first game. Played something tricky here. It's gonna play something tricky probably in the next game as well. MaNa's up 11 workers and literally doesn't need to do anything anymore. I would even prefer seeing charge here. But I don't think MaNa is aware of the fact that there's no command center right now. He's probably just preparing for a macro game. It's like, oh, let me just build some stalkers. I have 2 gates. Get a 3rd gate as well. Second Oracle is out. So that means if this army starts moving across the map and the Oracles go in, they're gonna kill every freaking SCV that has ever lived. Every single SCV that has ever lived. That's not a good thing. Yeah, this tank is also taking the long way around. Oh, but there's a bottle of whiskey for the way, because holy crap. That's a long, long way. Where are you going, Mr. Oracle? We're going in, okay. Alternative angle. Sees SCVs being pulled. It's like, hey, wait a second, mate. That does not look good for me. That does not look good for me. Starts fighting some of these Marines down here. Combat shield about to finish up. Battery on the high ground. Second tank about to pop over as well. Hello? Why is this Oracle not popping? We have 2 Oracles, mate. We can use both of them, I think. I think that's allowed. No, this Oracle not being used. It's okay. It's okay. If you defend, you're still going to be just fine. Tries to snipe a tank. Instead goes for the Cyclone. Good control there out of MaNa. Really seizing the opportunity. There's no high ground vision here. And there's a super battery as well. So even if there were high ground vision, I don't think it's going to be enough. Did the Cyclone get sent across the map? Yes, it did. And now comes in the Oracle. MaNa with some great tricks here. Blink about to finish up as 2 more batteries are here as well. Wants to deny the high ground vision because without high ground vision, these tanks are useless. 2 more zealots are moving in. Blinks forward on top of one of the tanks. Second tank gets sniped down as well. Zealots helping out here. 600 minerals in the bank for MaNa as 20 workers go down. GG gets called as MaNa wins game number 3 and puts himself on match point in a best of 5. Potentially final game here on Ancient Cistern. As MaNa's opening up with a more standard approach this time. Well, I say that, he doesn't actually have a second gas yet. Never mind, this is not a standard approach at all. What in the world are we watching? Single gas opener. What you gonna follow this up with, buddy? It's gonna be a proxy gate, surely. He's chronoing that first depth. A depth into Stalker. If SpeCial scouts the lack of a second gas, that would be a pretty big scout. If he doesn't scout it though, he has no info. And then this proxy gate that we're inevitably gonna see is going to be a pretty darn big deal. This is a gas first opener out of SpeCial. Or sorry, double gas opener out of SpeCial. We have a battery in the main base right now. Chrono boost on the warp gate. I wonder what the goal is of this build order. Just curious, like legitimately just curious. Is the goal of this build order to what? Cancel the CC is not possible. Go across the map, figure out what attack is? Possible. Definitely possible. Battery in the main base is fairly useful here because you can keep all your units on the low ground as a result. Just isn't so great if a third Reaper and a second Hellion show up, because then all of a sudden you only have 2 gateway units against, well, 3 Terran or 5 Terran units, and you just lose everything. 3 Stalkers get built on the other side. We have to wait and see if they're going to be capable of doing anything here, but Medevac is on the way. Armory is in production as well. Uh-oh. Here go the Reapers. One more shot, one more shot. Poof! One more shot on that Reaper. Will get taken out. Here come the triple Stalkers going in right now. We have a couple of Marines that are potentially in trouble. Marines being shot down again, and again, and again. What a terrible start here. Also not brilliant, is it? Well, actually, more Stalkers now coming in. This isn't quite over yet. We have a Twilight Council. The problem with a Twilight Council is that your Robo is going to be late, so that these Widow Mines are going to remain invisible forever. And MaNa's about to figure that out as well. Yep, he's like, hey, wait a second. That's weird. I swear to God, I just saw it shoot. Yeah, immediately starts a Robo, but he's like, oh no, this ain't good. This ain't good, my friends. Starts targeting down more and more SCVs to go down. There's a Viking here, but there's also 6 Stalkers out. These 6 Stalkers are putting in a lot of work. I think the low ground needs to be evacuated for now. Tank is on the way, but there's just not enough here to defend currently for SpeCial. 7, 8 workers go down. Mine drops in towards the main base, but MaNa's in time with the pull away. There was no unburrow on that mine. That was an error. That was a huge mistake out of SpeCial. 11 workers going down. More Marines now being targeted. No, he's attacking the depot. No. Well, it's gonna work on a couple of these Marines at least, but... Oh, this could have been... But look how much he damaged this depot. There's like 3 volleys on the depot. That could have been all the Marines or 3 more workers, which both would have been completely fine here. Triple mules do land and supply somewhat even. This mine is about to come back in. Oh my God, it's gonna get a big hit. Oh, that was a tiny hit for how many probes there were. That could have been 10 or 8 or 9 or 6 or 7. But it's only 4. Next mine drop is out on the way. As this observer pops out and is going to start taking this bad boy out. There is a prism coming out as well. Did the Twilight just get cancelled? It did just get cancelled. Okay. Nexus is on the way as well. So it's going to be 3 bays with just a robotics facility. There's 3 gates out as well. He actually missed it. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Because now the gateway is going to stay alive for a little bit longer. Eventually, I do believe that SpeCial is going to take care of it. This is a single mine drop. Yeah, observer still fairly close though, so... Yeah, not the end of the world, really. Oh, he gets it. Didn't think he was going to get that. I really did not think that at all. So now these first Stalkers make their way across the map. Tiny bit of a supply block here for MaNa. The Raven is on the way. 2 more barracks as well coming in. But these barracks are late. Stim is not going to finish before the 8:20 minute mark or so. That means that we're going to have either blink or charge. Could even go Robo Bay here, I think. And yeah, nice try. Can't drink MaNa, my friend. Or MaNa just isn't looking at the minimap. Yeah, I don't think MaNa gives a crap about this medevac. He's like, yeah, you do what you want, buddy. I ain't buying it. Here come the 4 Stalkers. Boom, into the prism. Observer moving forward as well. Does the Raven see that? Not quite. Okay, here come Stalkers. Raven could interference matrix, technically, onto that prism. Oh. There goes the medevac. And there goes the Stalker. Okay, trade, I think, for MaNa. As long as you lose 1 Stalker for a medevac, that's a trade I'd make every single day of the week. I'd make it twice a day, every single week. On every single day. I would do this forever, this trade. If your opponent has 8 medevacs and you could just sacrifice 8 Stalkers for that, that's good. Because then there's no more healing. And medevacs are really the only thing keeping the Terran alive. Observer in the far back here. Not sure if it got spotted or if this is just a location where MaNa wants to gather his information. Interesting. Depot behind the mineral line. We'll keep an eye on that. 2 of these patches are being mined out relatively quick. We'll keep an eye on that. What's this guy doing? He's popping out. Popping towards the left side. This medevac still just flying around, doing absolutely nothing. Storm on the way. 2 more gateways coming in as well. As MaNa going up to 8 gateways, Storm and Charge. Is now in a position where I think his follow-up attack is going to be pretty darn strong. Not so sure if SpeCial has the ability to hold that. The funny thing is that SpeCial probably wants to attack as he's into 5 racks. So SpeCial is the one that's going to be aggressive, and MaNa is the one that is ready for aggression, as MaNa is the one that is also ready for... yeah, everything, honestly. He has a lot of units. He has a lot of gateways, he has a lot of probes, and he has good upgrades. And that's pretty much all you need to know. Observer does get scanned, but SpeCial not paying attention to it. Here comes the auto turret. Gets 1 kill, no, 2 kills. Feedback did help out. And here comes a big drop heading towards the main base. But with 2 Templar in a prism, you can actually kind of easily defend these types of things. Because Terran wants to clump up their army when they're in your main base. And that's not great, usually against Storm. So we'll have to wait and see how MaNa is going to manage this. But he's starting to move into position. Only has charge. Here comes the prism indeed. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. Poof. Bang! Bang! Could even feedback here on this medevac. It's so low. Do you have energy? No, you don't. Oh, that's so sad. Would have died. It's rare that you get to kill a medevac with feedback these days. Oh, here we go. Poof, poof. No? No poof, poof? Alright. No poof, poof. Poof. And that was a relatively big poof still over there. Cannon is going to be warped in at the 3rd base location. Oop. That mine takes out the probe. Raven comes back in, 50 energy. Could throw down an auto turret. Still think that MaNa is in a superior position over his opponent. Ooh, might get a feedback. No, don't want to lose that, don't want to lose that, don't want to lose that so bad. Ooh, snipes everything. 1 more Storm available, yeah. Well, that wasn't great. This is an unfortunate situation all around, isn't it? I do believe that MaNa is still winning. In a pretty big way, by the way. 3rd CC is on the way, but 4th is on the way for MaNa. Fairly similar to that, what was it? Was that Grassvan or Dragon Scales? I think it was Grassvan, no? Where MaNa was so far ahead. 2nd game. This is a solid army in the main. Do we have Blink? No, no need. We don't have any upgrades either. There is a Forge here. Wouldn't mind seeing a 2nd Forge either. Lots of cannons being produced. Lots of probes being produced as well. Look at that. MaNa going ham on the workers, huh? Ham on the workers. Here we go. Sentry, 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 sentry. Can we get some force fields? Can we get some force fields? No, we can't. Guardian Shield gets used instead. SpeCial pulling MaNa apart here. A couple of storms going to land on this army. Those Marauders and Marines will die. This has not been the cleanest play out of our Polish Protoss player, but he's in such a fantastic spot that I don't think it's quite going to matter. 73 workers out against 54, 147 supply against 141, and there's still no ghost. There's nothing to deal with the Templar Prism, and there has been nothing to do with the Templar Prism for a little while already. Once again, the Raven comes in, is going to take out a couple of these workers. Might as well not pull the workers away if you're going to continue mining gas from here. Should send them back in as well. Oh, here comes the Zealot attack. Oh, Storm could be cast. Storm gets cast. Whoop. Mine gets taken out just seconds before, milliseconds before it dies. Still gets to shoot. Very frustrating there for Protoss, but this chase is anything but frustrating as a Storm lands on top of the army. More Zealots being warped in. It is a pure Zealot army over here. As the double mines will actually get some good connections there. Storm on top of tanks is something we don't see every day. There's another storm available. Goes on top of the SCVs. GG gets called. MaNa wins the series against SpeCial with a 3-1 score. And that, my dear friends, is going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this series. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see all of you next time for a new video.